Besa diasa. peacefmonline.com, GhanaToday.com, so abode etiefu benye biyakan. Na diedi kase bonimu akutini bini.
Amampeni John Dramani Mahama dia futu anu odin eko dia ma African penny for.
To make Africa an attractive destination for investment, and that is why we must silence the guns and stop the fighting.
Minerals Commission penny for Bamania watches a mining lease a bremu de omate so de abanfishia dunum ya de munchemu ba besom saso and our gold board in penny for Bamania watches a bremu de wuto gold dia ti se receipt ya shall pass fa ye dwuma one fanya dia and man bebo
that receipt no and the bema a gege na wudi ye no SCP and na say we pay
Penny bi a wabeni wo sikasem ahyase a wo susu de magana ban se wani ye ahoho bebie edwuma wo my Ghana mu a capital requirement na mpenifo chese wo mbeye fi ho no na be ha dwene panti wanwini ho biom.
There's going to be a negative effect on that. Because of the increasing foreign competition.
Bank of Ghana and penny for the krate pm wantene so ya wakasa echa banks ahodro wo mayi mu sike bia wo mu yima institutions akese no wade mu nchemu eba Food and Drugs Authority penny for hyase ya kyerese wo nante wo dwa ahodro wo mo hwese nuane ahodro bia wo manfo ton de ma Ghana for ne kwan so ano no ana ene wiensem pi na ka we hu ne yesi nkonwa ye de esomo yemfa seda ema enyumekoyi.
Iya seda kwama MTN was see we day for you everywhere you go. Na MTN edi isim aba into was see a free neko ya. Bomodian sa obe switch ako MTN isim no we won hia sim bia. Eno ane se wo switch kwa na wo yusu. Eno nti obe downloadi eye wo MTN app no na afi wako seamless. Was see ne ya bomodian se wo be ko seamless se de be ya ebetimi aboa. This way chocolate drink yes dear we here in so share. There was special ice, the mineral water and the drinks assault no best point savings and loans. Best assurance. Ye wo you tun chine need for funita benkwa wo nyina ebo ye chidom amewie ye de kase bono abremo akenkan for eye me. Abna beye nyano menen.
Ohene gwa kase bo ohene na afei.
Amansan ti ame kwabena mafo afa kase bono ntemu nie. Ghana Mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama woni Ghana hanum se wetu kwan okwa bruchire wokwa akodi djumedie sononko de nepa abre Ghana fo 9th Tokyo International Conference on Africa Development ya womo ye ewo Yokohama na saa Yokohama no ewo Japan eho na womo asia womo djendjene ebibiman puntuo ho na djumedie yase ena His Excellency John Dramani Mahama katira brofo ne se so mu pe baabi ade wodwatira ba ba se dija enyemu mfa so aboa wo man no a na ya Africa especially Ghana ya wone passe environment ne ya kama wo ba be dija nso a wunya mfa so ho to aban bo ho ban wo kan sam bebre tire won mu wie ye ene wo katira bibiman so se ya de ayeye ne ya ne ya ye efri tetentre di besinne ebibima twetuo ya tesekan ye kum ye ho ye twita ye ho ade amfaso pa ne yenya fitisade ya de ba besi enei de ne yenya firi mu yenya se enti wosre bibima se ebra so se ye de etuo begu baabi ye de ntokwa begu baabi ne yehunu se eyese bre ba ko ne nkrabia ba ko ne kura yen nyina yesi epo man ni yedie ade ne ntokwa kun enti efiri ndade ko Africa nyina yenya ba ko said ye be ya mpuntu obetumi aba.
Africa is open for business and is the next frontier for trade and investment. With a population of 1.4 billion people and a fast-growing middle class, Africa has the potential with the African Continental Free Trade Area to become a significant player in the global economy. While partnerships such as what we are forging here in Ticket 9 are important, a lot of responsibility rests on the shoulders of African leaders to create an environment that is conducive to trade and investment. We wish to partner with any nation of the world on a basis of win-win, but let us us not kid ourselves. Trade and investment will not come to Africa merely because we wish it. We must undertake the hard but necessary reforms to make Africa an attractive destination for investment. And that is why we must silence the guns and stop the fighting. That is why we must reform our economies and make them more stable and predictable. And it is why we must reform our governance and make public service accountable and free of corruption. We thank Japan for its unconditional support for African development. But as we've emphasized here in Yokohama, we must move from handouts to leveraging our partnerships with countries like Japan to co-create prosperity for all stakeholders. We can combine Japan's technology and innovation with Africa's natural resources and youthful, skilled human resource to create growth and prosperity for all.
Dear Yate, sir, or Kase Ghana Mampene, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Yanya Saramati Kukua Pinto.
Yet one Semneswana, Jumedio Kronas, Yama Penny, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, N.A. Japan, or Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, Edin Komobebre, and Komonina, NSA, Kwaya, Amai Minu, Ghana, any Japan. Ye bet me, Akan Huabomu, Ashe, Ama, Impuntu, Numa Mapa, Akwaso, Ewa Yentem, said the Bay, Mufas, one by Yina, ye bet me, and Yamu Chefa. Na Yama Penny, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Edituja, Se Ukopiemu, Ewa. O mind Japan mu akokwa yo monsaka no Ghana ha ene supply o mododo pa ene akokwa o mane edekọ honom no emu ohanchechemu aduosom 70% die efri Ghana hanom sei eno nti wode to o prime minister no enim se ho behia se o modi sika ebaba be pia kokwa adwuma na ayeye ewo yememu no kokwa akuafo ene ankrankra ni aban de ni nyina se de be ya ebetimi aboa na dane dada nyina no yebetimi amomu kokku amomu ediedi wonjuma. Salamat kuku apinto enede ensemi ebai.
Na yada so ejinemu wonsamo Ghana Mampene His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wode atodwa wo chese ebremu de Japan fo mo mepiem wo my Ghana mo sane ebe ya nwuma hodo mo betimi ababe bie na won ka ne se ne wo chese wo ye nhyehyeye a emu da ho pa ade ama wane ye ahoho a wo bi enwuma wo mbaye mo nyina ne se sika botene bi ohonom se wo ye hoho na abepiem wo my Ghana na wo bi adwuma se ya sa sika no mpanifo ahya to wonom se ne etie bia no e wo sa won timi kan no ne kana say capital requirement na ebremu de wo mo ye nhyehyɛ sɛ wo beyi adi efi honom enam so mapani kwankyerefo ya wabene e wo sika sɛ me muntutue mu erikoche wakasa wo bɔkɔkɔsɛ dabi saa gyina yesie na aban si no anhwe ye be ha adwene pa wade sansɛm wagina to dwabra na wone peace kase ebodi nkomo sei.
There's going to be a negative effect on that. Because of the increasing foreign competition, a idea also any the locally companies about competing. Offer lending rate said you see a was about 30% of a lending rate. Business be an investor biano a quaco my Ghana one percentage that this season a idea was investor or no free could be so ban on the go of is 0.5%. It be as low as interest free. BBI Musica Portana no DB. It is an investor now no ban. All their interest via loan and then Bosia Waji Ewini Krumo Deba. Now one the locally investor and as a company Wahan say no. A Kobasta apa locally no companies Ghana no be Google because they cannot survive because the cost of doing business in Ghana is very high as compared to Onua when you're interest free, edi free amount for so edeba.
Chairman, one more so to abide for saying.
Reducing the minimum requirements for the foreign direct investment to every nation or economic benefit at the man or mine boost to foreign direct investment. Said ya be ya investors are obo ama mine so no ombit me the obusika aba economy. Only be where economy more a den ya to mouth on benya eduma aye be reduce the unemployment rate. The toss so no abide so bit me increase net revenue through tax both the company and also employees are almost so minimum. It lowers the barriers for SMEs and also joint ventures, economic diversification and entrepreneur growth. I'm boost to the local companies and also the local factories. So I'm also Ako and kind.
Akun ade pay so ne sesi an investment o my Ghana ye wa manfo amaso na so tepa na wo kire ni ntia.
irrespective of Fusika, so what so are even as low as $1. So from memory of mine, there are so many criteria investors are looking at, especially when they are coming to Africa. It's about their security, their judicial success, and then later on they talk about the capital. Capital they have it. In terms of our geopolitics, change of government, but Magdan was known say we NPP ni aban ba ye mo akogu najuma say the Commonwealth nation omo di aba say e kwan aban ne fa so apamu chief justice no enye kwan pa the black voter e won sensema ba yi aban no etimi age e dey free investors yi ensem enkonkoma investor bia no e kon en no say odinisika e beba ba bi wura o my Ghana mu social bank of Ghana reporter last year as at now that investors are omo do sika bi wura Ghana no equivalent to $1.74 billion. And then no can say as what here $476 million.
Penny ya wabene wasikase muntutie mu Eric Oche sansem we nyina da nana yawo ansa afram eneboano
na enano pay okay famade ati bi adwumedi so Kwame Nkrumah tikase ene penny a woni amansan din kita ho ewo Ghana Gold Board asoye head of communication Ora a Prince Minka Ekasai Nana a Gold Board tumedie bia omudie en wotre se aboso ba meja payenti openchire mu kakra en wotre se nokre Gold Board was said tumedie biase nationwide enforcement mandatory receipt policy wotre se obi a wudi gold hu dwa bia no eyo seso sa wo kwa akoton wo esa wonya receipt ye di adanse ye se ya ma wo kwan se utumi di gold hu dwa enya se fe ne ye bebisa wa we me kwa akofa aba esa wo bibia ye intight ya ebetumi aboa na udwumadie no akonkan no watrasa papa so opa o ma so nya nanum de ne yie mu a wo pese gold hu atadie no etumi ejina banane enya se bia wo mu betata wo bi anaso wo mu ba begu obi adwuma na mom wo pese emra ne nseseye ya eda gold wo adie hu ese Gold Board wase nyina no obi ade sa emra ne nseseye no be ya adwuma pepepe afi wo mu wo ba ko bi afra ne se receipt system and also a compulsory license aggregators self-finance aggregators tier 1 tier 2 buyers womu nyina ayo said ma wonum se samra ne nseseye a ebatabata wodwumadie hu nyina no womu de beye adwuma
Niebema ejadie no aye nia enamra kwa so nia yetimi gitumu burinji besie validated no eye se ube issue eye Gold Board receipt no na sa receipt no enebema ejadie na wudi ye no SCP anasa ewie peye eti wona wotwe mo no ye de krasta beto abonten bo ho dewuro eche amansan nyina se wo ye gold miner utufo magudie anasa wo ye sikakoko ho Jedi we do sikakoko dwa se okoto se wo koto afi mine hono ejedi ni nyina ba na wie ya wo se wo hwe se Gold Board receipt no se woni ye to afi wo a hwe se ye de se receipt ni bia ma e na se won so na wo ton a hwe se wo de se receipt no so ade is edidwa no
abusiafo ewe nyina ye ade atie bia dwumedie so na wanfanso wonom a Ora Prince Minka eto aso en wo katra Kwame Nkrumah tikase se etadifu a wo mudi gold hu dwa wo Ghana hanum sei no wo pese emra ene nsese bi e batabata ho no wo hwese wo mudi beye adwuma ne kwan so pepepe task force and field inspectors wo mu nyina wo mu ato wo mu agumontene so ya wo mu ye adwuma wo mantem ni nyina nationwide license buyers no watasa so obi a receipt booklet no available and ye nya ye inspection no akwa yaba etim no hwa obi bia di mu kama bibia kura wo bia no wo maduma won sese pepepe ene kura wo dia you are free to go obetumi edi wudwa kama na mom se koba se emra ne nseseye batabata ho receipt ya woni bi license ya woni bi ye bisa wa ototo papa so de a emra no enu bedi no pepepe se de sefata
na so wanya ene said ye nhye sitie no ye task force no a ye betu omagum no mahwe se saade na ekoso no so mbeto se wanya saade na ye betuma je utumi krata na sa license no e de fru nsem anase ye betumi suspend the license no it is said ye be ya pese yo apuntabuo se be ye be boa na gold board ye ni etime di edwadie no na sika kokko akonya badie no exinti na sanhye we abeya ade a wo se Ghana fo nyina boa wo mu di gold dwa nyina boa na ye nyina ye som Serbia, ye ni so ade hunu kese se sika kokko dwadie no eso be ba mfaso na aboa ye man sika sem na ye nya so mfaso die no yetimi enya
dia yate se okasei on wire head of communication Ghana Gold Board Ora Prince Minka one kwame nkrumati kese na kasa ye wo OKFM ade atie bia dwumedie so Clinton akwese amoako
na Minerals Commission ababebo amane se no eye tumi krata omodema wona wotu fom agudie ewo ye mining lease no se di omo ateso kane no ne yama wakosora eye mfie aduasa se wode be ye adwuma no nanso se di omo ateso aba mfie dunum 15 years na kwanchefo panyi ema Minerals Commission Ora Martin kwekwa yisi Esquire ena wone ye edi nkomo ni wotwemu se sanhye ye omode abayi de ka ho ene se no enkura wodo ayo mutu fam agudie wo honom no omo behwe se sa enkuro no agudie na omutu no mfaso bi ebefiri so aba na omo ni nkuro ne beche se de beye a omo so ebetimi afaso etumpon ena afenso adwuma no wo ye wo se wo ye ma emuda honom wonye katasumu emuaso bia ni nyina eka hyehyeye fofora wo mo ede abase de be betimi aboa ama fom agudi ayetu anase amnamadwuma hodo ayeye wo yemem no eho betimi aba emfaso mapa wose kane no ni ama wakosoro pa ye 30 years sese de om de ama 15 years nanso no se de bema wo sampo a gese aban anase mining companies ahodo no ene be kire emfie dodo a ewose ye de ma wo entinye se 15 years no bia na ebetimi di ama ne sama na ye yie gese no aban abam na wo kire mu se beboa pa esan se aban nani abede se wode hye mapa begu akwan mu na galam se a ese ye nso ni atena ye no ye betimi etuso sa.
There are a whole lot of things that we have proposed in terms of policy reviews and amendments that they don't have a problem. They don't have a problem with we saying that we are no longer going to continue development agreements. They've never had issues with we saying that they now have to sit with the communities and the chiefs to have committee agreements and make them mandatory. They don't have any issues with that. They've also not had problems with we reducing the number of years we want to give for mining leases, which we are dropping from 30 to 15. The issue has been maybe whether 15 is enough, we should do it 20 or whatever. But the fundamental issue of reducing the number of years to hold a lease has never been in question. The number of what do we call it issue. So we introduce all that.
Ora yisi esan edetwa so biemu se no baby a cooperative mining na ban we ede aba no womo ehunu baby omo be ye no nti baby omo ye no ne de enya de a ede nsusuanso boni bia eba bebre eba beba ya tena ya ye womo yi enti no ebeboa pa amadwuma no omo ye no omo di nyansa beto ho se de be ya ombe ye ne kwan a enkonkofa nsusuanso boni bia emreye.
Many areas have been identified by Minerals Commission. We're going to, organize the miners along the lines of a cooperative scheme which the government is rolling out as a way of making sure that people don't go and do illegal mining. So, but that is not to say that the enforcement mechanism to get them out of the water body, etc., will stop. This is not something we can do overnight. The cooperative scheme, and then government trying to raise money to make sure that these schemes are run properly are some of the measures that are to be rolled out. And this is not in the long term. We've already identified the places. Some of the miners have even forming cooperatives. Ours is to ensure that they are properly structured and organized so that it's not hijacked by a particular group or some other interest.
Eni ayeti ye kwantrefo panyi Emma Minerals Commission Ora Martin kwekwa yisi Esquire na ne krakra mu na tetenani Emma Border womo eno share Institute of Economic Affairs eso Ora Charles Mensa editu dwa se Ghana nyame aye yadom pa eniema bebre na na odi adom ye nanso da bia yesi eniska na yekwa akobo besia na da bia dan IMF wosisi ebetimi ahwe ye japade so yi a yebekọ yenim.
Record, we have been to the IMF about 17 times asking for a bailout. In other words, we've gone bankrupt about 17 times over the past 40 years, let's put it that way. Here we are, we have a huge mining industry, produce gold. We are told Ghana is the largest gold producing country, one of the largest, maybe the second in Africa. Yet, with all these natural resources, we keep going bankrupt. Now, it is because we have no control over our natural resources. Our natural resources have all been given out to foreign companies who ship out the resources, and the revenues that are accrued to these resources are all banked outside.
Ni Ora Charles Mensah one day a board of Institute of Economic Affairs wada anona Prince Bafwa someone and a day and semi eba.
Church for the man nurse for 1 year Gia war my Ghana Munkabum ku. Dr. David Tim Cranchum, one workers and watchers and anwada same be a trend day. Social media so into a person with church mukama Ghana for nearby Sans and some better Montino Susano. Will be our Shadiana watching sissy no watching a pa. Nanya your man for them could turn Oguso di tuja, Reja Sabiasem and a meek and your costum. Our emergency unitino. Was see a brantiana ye can was me Gusha yedin home como rough a Japan. A brantian borrem wire Sabiana Sanya Shishanicity. Ye catch and so dear quay. Corregistana Joe card. One more can search and pepper and the buffuye. Was a day yet one send I mean to me wuno. More barbet nase, I am Shahase Minwana. To end the buffin with Pia Bonting. I feel one more to honum, woman in your cobaye. Ralph Waban San Sabio, no one could turn a buy ye. One no now for some rantia kentena wam, which should be a betty passer. Despite media transmitter, were Pejana no Pania Yanubre at the jogging, and one borremu, our emergency room honum. Chessa near course 1 year, Gusa year show which my 4 I have for you nada. Between the mobile phone, see one more so your life. Was here no crowd ya did be a hard Johnny Papa, one more John Hua, 1 TSM. Dr. Chuma Trasso Obama near watcher say, near course on a Ghana frame. And you concern your TB, short as say yes, so. Sounds are dear Nisi Obe Piemu, baby to say, despite media, say Obebano, ya one crowd ted Dimunia Sefata honum, and 2 bar near their showers and father the best showers them. Working can we are no washer, who bet media ye, my wound to me, what he don't want I was saying. No moment to me, man, say, what be Piemu peace for mobile near wash, near war panel, and a person penny for ye edema war. Dr. Chum, what the son some waking out to Janano pain, and will cro Jumedia Subra, Nana yao Cassie, now what tea a jumum.
Almost dressy, a year near Raffano and said she had a chichicano. Almost a addison, and almost cat on Koya Kata Emra. And was it like Omumudi in even popping up, and not a Baba Kokazu, and yes, I know, Ghana, and or train Ghana card, said next and only in Koya card in the man. Not necessarily school, you are very stable. Oh, if you quite card, the information means to me a amount. And a Ghana card, you need infrastructure of your heart, yet the Ghana card the same one. All your particulars that pop up and Tessa, a while branching ferry. Or did the amount for what Tamnomia deals and nurse Penny Bacocache, rotation nurse, the album born and say, oh, on dressing rough. It was train Hokacano, not nurse for the doctor for no motion on the home for the job for a cardinal. Then or free cruise, enemy bra or free cruise, a nipa 25 motorbikes about near the motorbike no, but could be a nipa minute, almost like 50 people and on BCG hospital.
Dr. Manesi one man was see as a quony and she say emergency unit in one barbetum. Now one more share sending a Ghana for a more boy Yarintino and Umuja say and Kahonomoa.
The original intent of our visit, let's say, not able to reach hospital, emergency unit. Let's say you could improve on fuel. And yes, I got them. And medical issue, and Mamma who says, or life, in Senianua, obviously you want to. But you're calling and grab, may shy out for a year accident, a factor based of the conditions, patient acuity, or not. Na utusana mona na enyi and say a match 48 hours say e mo modern and branch because a Jordan crowd so be fan be na mo because of my threat say o be cool be paying so no o be follow all health workers be and then as from go that platform ni ade a ho no akomu fie no mo ni ade nti no me so say ye nchira branch no e be dey be say ama nurse for me do for doctor for e be my adwuma
ɛhɔ saa nana ya kɛse bisa ne sɛ ntiaba ne sembe de no wɔse a wɔno kora de ne ho adwiri no awɔse egu na asintobro senti abrantie ada subeti sedi na rafe Japan wɔnam hɔnom edidi me kɛse ugu so yenye ne hwe wɔne wɔka kyerɛ ba ne sɛ wɔ ma no dɔnhwere aduana nwɔtwe saa ba na anya bibi pa dia ne besi wɔ mayim
na yɛma 48 hours sɛ yɛmfa nkyerɛ abrantie no ɛne nkrɔfokuo no aka ne ho a ombedi saa nyamransɛm no sɛ yɛankyɛ ɔmo de a anaasɛ yɛankyɛ saa rap prime suspect na ama yɛamfa no anyina mmra ano because assault with battery is a criminal offense. You know, sir, or facing the full rigors of the law. We are on my ear to me, yet it's in radio. And then the RC and Couchna, BB, 18 years last time, Obi, a demand in Yanka, and Nuntina, you're going to be the law of deterrence. Theory of deterrence, oh, Mremu say, Obi, BB, I am so, Sanya, a bear, and some Naho, Amma, actually, in Chimasania, or Chabino, because it's in Gramin from Ranch, and some encore here in Chitrasams.
Church for the ma 1 year dia war and officer nurse for nkabom ko ba time wo ba yimu Dr. David Tenkran Chum T and nano pay and na wane na ya okese din komo kokro ko dwumedie so ya wo kyerɛkyerɛ mu
na Institute for Fiscal Studies ana wo mo friends am trafo say amra metie ya koya Omosuomo assessment government 2025 media fiscal policy review. Na sa review we na omo share Ghana yesika sembe bi etina. Na omo tasa Ghana revenue structure no eni kwan se etina taxation so. Esasa etina extractive sector. Ye can say bibi ye extractive sector. Na ye part say adia ebetumi aboa ye nyina. Na Ebra Peace News ene onumkasa na acting executive director Institute of Fiscal Studies Dr. Said Boate retaliate. Na retaliate no say current government shift and ni focus no SSA eko extractive sector na midin kan ya say no and yema yen extractive sector revenue na mom anya say businesses no ye beso adeso ade egu wonum kom wa bra ye de tuo bebrebe efri wonum ntan it should be extractive.
Nay 100 cities, for instance, emu 6 cities and a Ghana by in Saka. A brother resources now assassin, yes, a man area. In TMA and in Kohon, they use a concession regime. Also, a concession area resource number. So Muko to Nayan in taximo. Mutu Amsi and young profit in the task and Kurahu Emma. Yes, about 1 room because Botswana, the government is actively involved or come on private company team up. If you go no Mutua, a Munadia, a bank in the Chafan. And as a one person will room crowd, they will start to be a production sharing agreement. Aba foreign and on a day and a private sector and a day offense in the Sikababa. But I move about from management committee. Some to code no to go in a bank home, share the ecoso. In fact, cost of the back home crab and to be decided where the back away in Fanka. We are near tea investor in gold or in oil. Now a ban of Safanidi, now ban a component. So strategy way, it says that money directly involved.
When a bet to me, Abuaye. Na wasasra ban se ninsi se bia wo ye policy statement ya wode beba asem bia wo ka ni bia wo ye bia centered on extractive sector especially extractive sector a concession regime and also must be extractive no atasa dia ba kokura betumi aboa ye ne se enormous benefit no any kwanse again from extractive sectors in Kwa is based on extractive.
The IFS yet I can say, sir, revenue intimate no, and tax any day yo. Tax the nemo castle to tax be more. Ebema economy crown watch because nipa any business in Yanano. Nyadi Sikawa and some to say Oka Bruchera. It would the tax increase in the past of the year, Juma. One share in the long term from mine and Obebono. In the extractive sector, a Japadia Yakopon dia Maye, gold, na oil and yakopon di amai no and no was a may ni ko na since 2020 na IFS ya bon da wura abanda da no man shan dantie aban foforo ba ye no so oman enim de ekosu nyina ya ka ho asem ama president Mahama kra April or issue statement efan say extractive sector no yentimi yenti se colonial time tene ye hwese bi anka bi de review no policy bi bebe mu a policy bi amam tene kasaban se wo dilemma mu busa no munye bi mbonya bi kra e besa de another crisis aba
na obawie kra na Dr. Said Boate etrese researchers were fiscal challenges a free government media budget update no eno say na okan but ni nyina so nyina no ye extractive sector.
The Yamiase on the macroeconomic front, see the no ejina, inflation a buffer, interest rate buffer to on the macroeconomic front, no, and Yamamuajo, ne go board no, Abuakakra, and then static. In fact, go board no promoter, I'm the Bank of Ghana, the strengthened Bank of Ghana reserves, and Amana, winning in of course, their restructuring and so I no, home for so, and a EAT, and then in an Abu macroeconomic stability. By your budget no more if we be fiscal consolidation just won't spend it embroso and the budget first half of the year no the fiscal consolidation it says a buy no a pemu and a mon person spend it but you much say no and yet a buy no pemu and a ma FNC you be to say go back commitment and be more capital expenditure some spend about 18 billion under the big push agenda only 7 billion the first half no to spend it now the man ban say difficult fiscal conditions
that is it. Dear Tessa Okasei, acting executive director IFS, Dr. Said Boate, ama amwakwa ujampa na kaseboy ya kaino extractivity said ya mobeti asiye to us.
Yeah, to answer no so now Food and Drugs Authority a year or may yatna yekesi omushe uniane any yunruso edi ababe tudra say no or mo babe mo many ada hono papa nya de mo betina hono mama amanfo de niema omo enyin tumu emedwa so mankrofo nkoto emane ma menye nsunsuanso bone wo mapon densem so enu nti say no mo de atodwa say bibi bia ba bonten say ye aduane say ye cosmetics inkun samena ye de ye redie ni say ye nura ye nom ekoye nipadua mu ni nyina da omo ba be ye hwehwemu mapa ewo ho pa enti say wodie no Food and Drugs Authorities su dua no omo de ama wo say eniema no edru ho no say nru ho de a enya de omo be makwan ama wodi aba abonten na Dr. Olivia Boateng wono ene ye panyi Business Development and International Partnerships Directorate no wadano ewo FDA wodi atodwa say no obia sorry a na de ope bia wodi aba abonten de ope bia no de aba abonten na so FDA e de embra ene hyehyɛ be wo se wo bia di so ansa na wodi bibia ba abonten sa wodi bibi ba abonten say ye aduane say ye semina say ye adura e wo se wo ma FDA fo eye mu hyehyɛmu ansa na wodi aba abonten na so still wochire mu ankrofo fa koti kwan so de niema iba abonten beton ma ankrofo enti say de omo so omo de omo inspectors ba abonten wo mo de omo afantete ye mapamu na national service fo nyina aka ho bi omo ba be nante kurom ni yedwa ahodo so kwakwa ye hwehwemu nti omo so omo say de wodi aba abonten no endru sa asese dua na FDA de aba na ye bekyerɛw
Ye won krofo omo be ejuma omo ntena office. This year say ye over 500 national service personnel and I'm sure say next year ye beji more. Ye train omo and then they go in teams with supervision with senior officers. No mako check product storage status say wom because obi okra samples or the beba e be different from the or the beba nti ye mesi wo porter or the beko market. Nti ya intensify na say strict border control no ye the intensified market surveillance aka ho. Many say it's a kosher de ye sample be the lab, ye share conditions, and your conditions are products and say a store now we bring them to book into a continuous engagement. Ye follow products now, say products in Besana to even the end user.
Madam Boateng signed the twasu be mu say one more online business no one more tonton niema wo abe fontin time fidie so say no wɔn nso anya hwɛ papa ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo nsaka tumi krata ansa no metimi aton niema no abɛfo ntintan fidie so nti wonim sɛ woton niema wa abɛfo ntintan fidie so na woni tumi krata e free FDA for hɔ no mo a wɔn so no wɔn kyewa emra ene obedi.
So your uncle for monitor social media all the platforms and when am I me edit your more you bring your to book into what they will pay decide this will beton yema will come after you. So our practices nina to say your baby our injections, vitamin C injection, we are getting all of them. It's just a warning. Say also we are social media platform. We have people monitoring 24 hours and yenyawa they said the legal kind. You find it's me a very, very hefty. You do report so a jail terms. You have a jail terms now will be them 15 years. It's a ongoing process.
Any a year Dr. Olivia Boateng wono and a year country for Penya Nase Penya Development and International Partnership Directorate Ewo FD Wadano ne Krakremu and Ora William Kobler Agbavito wono and a year head of legal Ewo FD wono so di to just say edwuma bi a wo ye no aya suaho ade kakra hwe emra ne so ye bata say edwuma no se de be ya wonfom na wo de emra ne be ye edwuma se bia FDA for said your masha ase ba be yesumu ni adeade omunsa so mu a wo so nti adwuma bia wo ye no e wo se wo hunu emra ene hyehyɛ ya etachiri.
I always say, and anyone who happens to enter into our office, and for my office for that matter, that before you engage in any trade, it is always prudent to actually familiarize yourself with the laws that regulate, the space. Don't just get up and enter into a business without knowing the laws, the regulations that, function within the space. And it is proper that you engage in that before. And we have the regular balance that ignorance of the law is no excuse. So it will not inure to your defense should you say that, I have no idea. So the encouragement rather is that let's ensure that we familiarize ourselves with the law surrounding the space the trade industry we want to engage in before we go into it. And that's the only way we can avert some of the ramifications associated with the violations.
Any a year Ora William Kobler Agbavito wono na okopiem wo FDA omomransem so no wo ye panyia wodano Clinton akwasiam wa konsem.
Afi yankoshe nkrata ya Bank of Ghana penny forward APA emontene so na watu obo ase ya wo kyerkyere mu ese ebremu de omo hu ade bi ekoso wo mai mu anya de a wo manage ho ene se sikakra bia kese no wote ho no abekọ no na afi mining companies bi asase ye pe sika ye pe dollars ene wo mu yi a se menim ho ni nya de da fom kra na wo hwe Bank of Ghana penny for so ya na obeyi bibiti se dollars ye wo se wotimi nya sika botine bi sa e wo bank honom na woni bi na afi so wo mma amane ye te ya ne se wa ba dani a wo se me ba beyi sika de wo mo kire se e ya de bi e ha adwene pa ba ne sa na kire se dollar no e wo dwama so ene wo de o sha na se pressure wo de eto so wo mu gina sa akwanya we so aka kire banks ahodo a e wo my Ghana mo se large corporate institution bi te se bi a mining companies ne ba se bi on ba beyi dollars ne ya mo nhwe sa nhye na ye foreign currency nhye no mo nhwe so wo de be ye adwuma mo ntimi zore keke na ekukuru dollars na mo de amomo obekọ mo account mo kura na wo ni sika bi etisa wo mo de aba be ye deposit wo mo ato so ba amane a wo che se bere mo de wo mo guso a wo mo ye nhye se ne be ya e ba ne sika sam ho dwetiri a bibia betimi akoso wano se benye se bia wo mo ba betina wo bia fa ho de so na so dollar na aba be no yim bebre sa de a na ye so wo my Ghana city no e ye wo hye pressure pa na ade ba beto so ba ne sa so a e be ha dwene pa na che se mpanifo hyase e de nhyehyɛ no wo de gu akwan so se ne be ya city ne betimi anya nentuo ni na papa gina so no eno na wo dwiri ni nyina de gu fom ye bisas you company sika ne ya ye de anti ye wo sa tumi ne sa hoɔden no ese etimi eye efiri honom wo mo asrese won ye mpanifo ye ebremu de wo mu tie sa akase bo wei won hwɛ se nhyehyɛ ma pɛda honom ansa na abɛkɔ se dollars na akwakoyi a wudi ka tron krata kama se sika no wo mo kɔ a ni emu bia ye kɔ na 1 Ghana no akwakoyi dollar ni si wo ye won yi ahi bia $200 da bi nya no bi wo mo dollars ya na corporate institutions wo mo yi no ebusua ya na emu odu pa enti wo kɔ Bank of Ghana krata mu a wo mo nhyehyɛ honom ye fra no foreign currency nhyehyɛ ye e wo sa wo hwɛ se obetimi adi so fa ye adwuma na entimi emua ame vi kwahye messages ya wo etrɔtrɔfo na ne nsa hyase aseɛ na saa nkɔmmɔ wɔ ɛba ne sikasɛm wɔ animdifoɔ paade ehunufoɔ paa Dr. George Domfe aba homa no so yɛne opani nkɔdi nkɔmmɔ yɛbisa no sɛ foreign currency policy a Bank of Ghana wode ye adwuma no ya na nhyehyɛ wɔ mu ɛte sɛn yɛfa deposit side yɛwie a yɛaba abɛhwɛ afenu bia aka dɔge wie yɛ akɔ aba o
mini aba mejeoso
bɔkɔ deɛ
yo ne mumpa e bibia e bɔkɔ ha
edi kan ma yɛpɛsi yɛsua deɛ kakra Bank of Ghana nhyehyɛ ya ɛyɛ foreign currency yɛde ma large corporate institutions na ya na ɛte sɛn
yo mini aba ma me na wase na me nchia achifu nyina mini aba ma me nka se corporate institutions ne individuals nyina na ya na akwanya e wo ne se etomri bi na o sika e wo Bank of Ghana na I wo commercial banks na se bia wo dollar account forex accounts na o dollar euro ana se pounds gum na o kwa kuyi ya na nhyehyɛ ɛda ho nhyehyɛ ɛda ho no sɛ de be ya ibitimi a control foreign currencies ne nyina enim sɛ the acquire ni sɛ foreign currencies no Ghana nema dodo a yedi ne enom ne ifra ne yehye no ya na yeta akokra free amanone na yenko so no dollar na na yede kɔ enti sɛ kɔ ba sɛ wan control saa nema na setem bia no obi atimi nya akwanya kɔ bank ekoyi sika pudo bia wɔpɛ at any time da bia no ema yesi dinani munyam no kɔ fom si dinani munyam so kɔ fom pɛ ebema enema bo ayedin sɛ ntini sɛ wona obɛ fa dollar na kwa ama no na kɔtɔ ne ama no mo ba o mo so betɔ no abodene na je sɛ ekɔbasa na ɔma no esi apene nti na da bia Bank of Ghana pɛ sɛ ɔyɛ nhyehyɛ no ɔbɔ yen dollar no ho ba nti nhyehyɛ a ene edadwa so a wudi ho nkɔmɔ nhyehyɛ ni nyina ne krakra ne sɛ Bank of Ghana sɛ na sɛ ebere a ɔmo di sika gumu pa on the 10th April this year na $1 14 cedis 90 pesos hono na omo di sika $490 million ebe edwa so and a $1 no ahode no call from mercy di ni dollar no so nkonim yira bosome me mu omo di sika $425.5 million and the sa gumu e de nam sa so ma cedi ni nya ahode ama dollar na nkene nam 14 cedis 90 pesos no e be do 10 cedis 30 pesos ti ebe ha dawa na nansen akosoro kakraba no kra ye ne nam 10 cedis 80 pesos na che Bank of Ghana no sika na owa hodin na o tugumu no eno so akoye akwasi bi di che say bank World Bank and IMF money ade nyina so ye mu bi nyina aka say ensa hyehyɛ no emwa omaida a chenche say sika na ye pigu e friend international gross reserves na no na say atrenche bi ba ye de bebo sidi no bai na atrenche ni nyama ya Bank of Ghana etugumu say am sabe za atrenche ba ene na ede ne be nti emu bi akasa ma mukra mafidi mi mabaso abekasa da na ne be ha ame World Bank de ngoma bi aba abeka chom so munya de omo ye no excessive intervention etenam say yaka ho asem ne nti say Bank of Ghana eso e be tu sa say ankrankre na da bia omo so ko yi dollar no 10 times no o mefa kwa bi so asi saa de na no say de be ya ti de na ho de bi gina fa ko na no ne nhyehyɛ ba ko o ma ye say if na ekui adwuma kakraka bi gise mining companies ne BBC so na okwama no ne kokra oil eba de ton no se omu ehia dollar ni bia ma bank bia emfa sika no ma wo mu na emom omu hwɛ se sa nipa no se $1 na obeyi a na che se wo $1 e won account enti se wo ye BBC na bia opese okwama no ne kokra fa ngo de baga na ha de ton ya wuntimi nkɔ bank bi say Eco Bank and as a Ghana Commercial Bank and as after stema ba na me ba the top dollar na me ba bi dollar wa bra dollar any account do mo bezo mo kira and say answer na wo be yi $1 na che say wo $1 e wo wa account anye sa ni kwa say banks no e ma obi me no mo be ya adwen e wo kwan bi say o mo yesa na che say o mo de bo sidi no ho ba because ankran employing as ankran krani sa adwuma kakraka be ko bank bebia kwako yi dollars no say Bank of Ghana $2 no do gum say there tabia sidi no entimi nyina etenu nti na ma o mo fa sa akwani asa no so na nua ba so o mo yesa e be bo ade because decision bia e wo trade off Now the biggest trade off amehuni say ya hwe Bank of Ghana sa die we wa hwe no or ye tintintia or the yone bi beba Ghana. Ebire BBC na sa tem governor no the senior friend Wampa Dr. Wampa. Ni bra so sidi no ahode no e call for mo a obo mo dina say wo fa kwani asa bi so anka wa yama sidi na gina amwa actually wo just answer say ni sa say fufu bi na the current governor so person what they say bi badwa so say obeyere sa no mini aso ka so wo yes sa ye won krofuku bi from BDCs omo na kwa ama no ne ekota fa anwo no na omo ba omo di abema OMC ye ka so OMC oil marketing company bi ti say Goil e bi ti say Total money ade no no mu na ko ama no ne koto fa anwo no BDCs ne koto na de wo honi BDCs no omo kwa ama no ne a omo di dollars ne kokoto fa anwo no na omo ba omo betoni ni cedis anti say omo osika kra e wo banga ya na akoye cedis na wo ye omo ohye say obekwa ama no ne akoto so ba akoyi dollar gi say or dollar no so or the dollar no kotoni a oba cedis na obeje free OMCs wo no na mi busa say BDCs omo kofa dollar no wo hene no question they said
doctor na me ka say eba ne sa en slow down businesses
abani ni BDCs no won hye ya de atene say busumi bi omo $40 million na omo de eko dwaso koto fango no nanso so ya na BDCs omo hia bebrebe chance aba be $150 million ene bi a omo be hia nene na omo 40 na sa nante na aka na te bi omo be ko bank ba bi akọ akoto no wo ye nhihye so omo ni dollar wo omo account ma me mo omo dollar ebe ye dai na omo timi akokra fango no omo timi afa ma de mi hunu say anga ebema oil ho aye dinama say de brebi na ye salai and sana yenya petrol no sana be ba ko ba so be affect all economic activities a obema usi di na gina de but ehun sunsanso no enye ade a bi ebeboa Ghana fo nyina
eno krantina na mbisa so say be slow down businesses wo Ghana ha say but say ho no kra we ya ndada ma yenhwe sidide na wo che say be ma na ho ode aba no na ho ode e be ba eye nim ya na be gina na so ana say e be call long term e dia ma wo man no
aso mutimi yesa anje she ne kosi say dia sidi no e wo amansen dwaso no e wo bank no formal market no forest ne banks mo ne ade no sidi ne betina e be gina but the kobasa na wo pe bi so awunya sa niema ekoso yehu bi do Brebia na Yera Rollins about first 1970 getting to the end of 1979 money at that time you operate their friend fixed exchange rate regime. Yeah, say na $1 no timi da fa ko be mfie 9 because all the way from July 1978 to April 1983 na dollar no ne gira fa ko sa move but that time no uko judge say o kwa kope the Bank of Ghana Akan o kope bi ata unya bank na no ni bi no de amount etiji se wa ko black market ho na amanfo efa continuance ko per dollar o mu kwa ma no ne ko kra ne ma no mu ba no ma beton na boodene e ma ya chichi bi gu mu say e fe bi kalabule because ono no per dollar no banga unya eti obra no konya no wo the friend black market no so ane boden den to kwa ma no ne no ko kra ne ma no ba this so the agia boodene ansa na sabe onya mfaso enam say osuntini na ya chichi wo mu ma ya bi mu kra de ya do mu fa kwan bi so ana mfata ya yese omu ye bibi efe no kalabule eti Bank of Ghana and you say to do a possible good just bossy the no bano many ya dream wo kwan bebribe so but omu ya omu sanhwe hu sunsan so sunsan so no mo a e ma yen kaza chinchina dollar no ya pesa e that 10 wa bra bia na market no empene sa dem mo mini aba ya ko yanim no aba na betu no for say de ma dollar no ntimi nyina no eye se ye niam dodo a ye di ni krom ha de ye hye de ye nom ye kokra free amanone eti yama modene se animanimu ya niam dodo an kede dollar na be kwa amanone akoto no ye nge bi wo krom ha se se ye tu sa na mo na ebe kaka no nipa dodo na omutumi kako edwaso kopa dollar na so bete ama sidi na gina wa bra ye hia Bank of Ghana say o mekase na mpra yi na ede de ebedi de ebanum de ede be ye bibia na ye da guso kan de dollar no wo be ya manaba agaba from ni abo ensema ma wo sumi bienu acha afe
na asa ajinsem eno na eneye ehunu ya ama Bank of Ghana ama wode ahompopo abedwa so a wode mmara bebrebe epese o ye masidi ni gina mmara ntimi mmoa masidi ni nyina na de be masidi na gina ye se de me kan no emu bebrebe a ye kwa amansan ja so de dollar koton ye nua mo no wo Ghana ha enkokofuna ye kwa abrochire de dollar ne kokra no ye nya bi wa ha common toothpick ya de dollar ko China ne akwa kokra yenya bisane meni nyina bi wa ha eno na yetimi ya ebema ye dollar na yesidi na ho de yetimi agina na de ye nyina se Bank of Ghana bibia on na bebedwa so abe $2 na gum amasidi na gina ne de eno no ya o dollar no tugum ebesa esa sidi no aho de ne besa akofom na afe kwasi ko so na ogina nkwantia
ene Dr. Wiema ye na se senia waboa ye pani a wabene wasikasemu Dr. George Donfen ye koye ne kodi nkomo ye kwa amano so biom ye ni pani kwankyerefo ye oda Ghana Association of Banks no John Ewo pani e kodi nkomo nhihye banks na hyase ode ye adwuma dada na ye wura kwa aba o
ya minya
wadama kwose dika ne se Bank of Ghana nhihye wode ya ba no minim de se mo hyase amode ye adwuma
yo bedasi no kre msishaya abano banks ya shasi edi ye juma na ye meka kan woni se yeso ye foaso se Bank of Ghana edi sa nhihye ne beto ho na aboa ekwan ye faso a ye ne sika ho nanso abibia boni sika na ye pese ye di juma okromu ano na amremu no etime free adwunim it is a psychological you say obi betia obi ton ne car na so ton ne fie kura na ono ani sika we mani mamu no amfa ne bo nto so akofa bo ni sika na ode ne bo na to so ye yesa na enkro bebebe wa Africa o ma yesa akoyi ama wo nti ye posupa
we ye kan say ye ni mu ade se mo se bi adaache wa how betimi atwiniti bra ye guso e de dollars na ema corporate institution nti e na sa agina se we mo ka se beboa mo no
adiana ni say abribia no me wo ho a no obi abusa me question say black market for no ekwan be no mo fa so munya dollar no na se ye ni ye adwuma wo bank no ye so bie ekwan ema obi timi ba company timi ba na wabagura bank branch na wabedi $1 million $2 million adi a also busa woni say ko ha adwuma ben e no ben hia $2 million odi koye de ben adwuma a sika cd entiminye enti sa sika na mo beyi no bebrebe wo ya counter no ye wo gidie bisa eno na eko supply black market na omo so de apobo atoso a emma rate no abribia na against mu no etisi enya control mu a abribia no pro no ade ba ko ha ye ni say agboni be ka say convenience ye ma convenience ade be ho to ye no ebro ade a ebeboa ye no so eti emra bi mi tu kwan ko South Africa na me ga hotel na mani agi na me jengire me hu say o 3 hours na me ko airport ebe ka be say 2 hours na me ko say me kutua me hotel no ikwa dollar me kamenu ma sam say die me kambia hotel for ne say o mo ngi dollar no me ko say na me fa rand South Africa ko si kameti o muta o mo mpe dollar mo nim dollar mo asem me kamenu ma sam say rate beyond ba ma bia magi o mo anje e kaka kria bi say me say me flight e wo say ya disa subai no e ba ko we mu na school for omo tunton fie real estate for omo tunton car dealers says omo de dollar le toto omo enema omo ton so over time no we say you give you but say na obi ka say import the import to be bia and also na you say charity begins at home you know ye try say ya no ye nya mo adwuma na over time no import no industry so import substitution industry it means that you have plans of mobile replace toothpaste any one cricket I coffee free man on any dollar cookie kana and also beboa for poultry products ne chicken ne and cocoa ni man but they say ya idea me am GSA my adwuma wo bank emrebebebe me nim at the pra company bi be here $1 million $500,000 say for money cash e dey ba dey no okoye
asa yera wadama wo hwe Where do you mean Chawano? What share near Bank of Ghana the two Jana, companies ya kesi omukra fango, if you are man for masoba. 1 year war mining industry ni mo ene de bantino. Sa sika kesi no wo mo kra dia ba, se dollars no wo benyan. Wo mu ntimi mfa sidi nkonkoto.
That be Ojuma no no akrom ase no. We a mining company enipa na wuti omuka wa ase no. Omo bank account. Eti no di sika beto omo account mu nko yi cash. Bibia company kase bia fa so de dollar ye bia no. Obetima ye transfer. Media madwemu no obi obaba ko yi sika kase na fuduo na free bank bia no no de koye proye adwuma. O de ko e de akoye kickback ne corruption no ho nema. E wo say ye nyina ye de yen saso saa ti ayimu na ye make sure say as banks ye mwa saa adwumadi no ye mwa e wo say man ye inconvenient so who ko tua bribe ma obi a ene ye wo sitanos bottom na say e bottom aduasa ana ade koma dipa na ne ye hu sa waso sika bottom aduasa ade koma obi na wakwa je dollar akra bi eso ko sesa bebrebe na o da koma ba ko no hye fie no odi na kro no ho kire no obi a onka ho hwe na ne okoji dollar atukwan kakra bi a ni rate bebrebe eti no media mai mo ma nyina fa ya dwene Emma Bank of Ghana na ya krampo no emra we ba ye no me ne ko na kra di ho komo se ni se ya di ka se the company ka se nko a wo se starting fee SME edri ko nyina because me gin me nim at the pra we SME a ukoyi $50,000 every counter wo di koye wo kro we mu jeba de na o de koye wo de amini oba kire na de kra wa dwiri mu no obi we yi sense kana o de koye kire ba ko
ye ran ye tiefo na beboa
yo
entusis ka kese no mu koyi a kickback wo wa mo fa anya transaction bia
de me ye ne say eno na feed black market eno na o mo de koma alaji na alaji fi di bia to so na saa sika na obi akoto no da bato bank na wasambe yi no da koma alaji aja bibia ni sika no ni rate no eno ane se ehuhuri saa e wo se ye pemra e bebua ye Ghana ha se freedom e ya de bia ye ti ase uma bibia mu da ho na e ye mremremra e manfo e bebu afaso eti no e na emra na ba no na yenso no ye ni ye adwuma wo bank e sika no ye se ye fo Bank of Ghana
my yenas near fancy idea the Bank of Ghana sinka wu you know now we just the same amount to honum tea or the yenas in a fancy a brain a quanisa penny quancher for ya wada Ghana Association of Banks are no yera Johnny one and any coding come off on Bank of Ghana one she ye hua what on a boasia church and boy bebo mine yejina we so na yanum so ye buy a betwaso
FM.
They're luckiest.
Lucky's everywhere for everyone, yeah. They're luckiest. They're luckiest. Lucky's everywhere for everyone, yeah. Money we define every day and night. Mama, dada keep on hustling for the family. They're luckiest. Down 712 hash. You can win some cash. You can be the luckiest with 1 city, luckiest with 5,000. The luckiest in teacher, doctor, market woman. You can be the luckiest. Oh, the luckiest. Luck is everywhere for everyone. You can be the luckiest. The luckiest. Luck is everywhere for everyone. Stars everyone to hush. Luck is everywhere, luck is everywhere. Oh, tell me how you feeling lucky? Because I'm feeling lucky. Because I'm feeling like the ultimate. That's how we go win. If I win it,
You could be the luckiest.
So I come and show. And I bought peri. The Bronican hard burn one. At the end of the say, that's how we am so to Musway.
Woba packing a farmer, Martin's liver salt, a chakwa and tem, as she and Shagu glass more at a Martin's liver salt, no back one, no dear goom.
Uba who say, who a glass in the moon. Now one no. Martin's liver salt, you want orange flavor, and a bacosia plain.
One more, Hobato. Lemon edina nu, now home to war, who doctor.
The luckiest, oh yes. Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Money is life, money the key. No matter the weather, me and you are the need. Papa is sick, comes with the money. When you get to an insufri suku, abafie. Why you do man, yeah, we hear the luck.
The luckiest.
Luck is everywhere.
The luckiest.
Dial star 712 hash and stand a chance.
The luckiest.
Buy tickets for yourself and your loved ones.
The luckiest. Bankers, friends. Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah.
The luckiest. Yeah, we hear the luck.
The luckiest.
Luck is everywhere.
The luckiest. Nurses, drivers. Luck is everywhere for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
You could be the luckiest.
Peace FM.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.
For aha. And a brebema kwai ama yede kase boni nyina asie akenkan for ebesomo awie eyeme abena ba yi nya nomene
ohine wa kase bo ahine na afi
extractive amansanti ame kwabena maf
yede aseda stronko ekwa ma MTN na MTN say e dey for you everywhere you go na MTN say no seamless ne no ene betimi aboa wo de hia ne so obe download my MTN app no e wo phone so wo dial ya na afi wa seamless so se ne koya bomodian sim bia enimwe de abefo kwan so sem no wo seamless a wo betimi ayusu e de di wo nkomoni wo bibia wo ye e wo MTN so MTN say everywhere you go now fin so ye de aseda e kwa ma this way chocolate drink Osi de wunya ni nsuhie mesre wa ya no apebi na etimi abo se de weda na ye no nya nsuhie a eno ano no wudi gumu ana hono ne kama ede amao ye wo special ice mineral water and any drinks assault no nyina best point savings and loans best assurance you tun chine need for food need abenkwan ni nyina wodwa so ya no apebi na etimi abo wo dada setene mu ensem yadam ase amamu nyina mu eniti